What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick demonstration over Vatra by Flame Sound. Quick disclosure, Flame Sound is the sponsor of today's video, but no worries, they won't see this video until you guys see this video. I'm also going to give you guys one more disclaimer in this video. My power went out in the whole apartment complex, Kroger, all this like an hour ago. It just came back on. So it's like 95 degrees in my apartment right now. So I'm going to be sweating in this video. I'm sorry for that. But when you open up Vatra or Vatra, it's going to look like this. I'm not sure if it's Vatra or Vatra. So if I announce it or pronounce it as both throughout the video, it's no disrespect. I'm just not sure. So the way I use this is more like for parallel processing, but you can use this as like a transient shaper. So you've got different controls that you can use, like the heat, which is going to add some saturation, your punch, which is going to add some snap to your transient, the weight, which is going to add some more body to your sound, and then you have air, which is going to add high-end sheen to your sound. And then you have this ignite, which kind of glues everything together. I feel like it's kind of like compression. I could be wrong, but it just kind of glues everything together. And the magic in this plugin would be no different, you know what I'm saying, than the Oxford plugin, where this N knob does a lot more than you really think, you know? So I've got this little sample beat that I put together. I put Vatra on basically everything. I've used it on the piano. I used it on the guitar. I used it on my bass. I used it on all my drums. And then you can also use this on like your mix bus too, if you wanted to. So I used it on everything. The original version you're going to hear right now is not going to have Vatra on the mix bus. This is not all the way mixed down because there's no compression or nothing else. I've added no EQs, nothing like that. So the mix, it's not going to be clean, but let's go. That bass goes though. Rumble is so hard. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to highlight this section right here, and I'm gonna kind of show you some of the things that I did with Vatra. So let's just start right off here with the drums. So as you see here, I've got it pulled up. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm gonna push play, and then you're gonna hear how the drums immediately cut through the mix as soon as I turn this thing on. Right, so you can hear it kind of change the way that the drums sounded and everything too as well. Cause I just ran them all to the same bus, you know what I'm saying? So this is what those drums sound like before I have Vatra on there, and then I'll let you hear what they sound like afterwards. So you can hear how it gives the drums more oomph. It adds a little bit more to the hi-hats, and it adds more to the snare, just like more saturation. So again, with these controls, you've got your heat control here. So you can hear how it's giving it more saturation as I turn it up there. And then next to that, we have this punch control. And I don't use the punchiest kick. I kind of use one of the weaker kicks that I have in a kit that I made years ago. I wouldn't normally use this kick, but I did just to show that you can still get the kick to punch through. So we're just gonna turn this punch up a little bit. Right, so you can hear what it's adding there to the punch. You've got wait, air, and ignite, so I'll just go through all those real quickly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm just gonna run Vatra like I would run any other kind of transient shaper. I'm just gonna push it to the gills, and then I'm just gonna run a soft clipper. Just what I do. So now I wanna hear what that's gonna sound like in the beat with everything else, with me adding that extra in there. So I know this is breaking a lot of engineers' brains right now, looking at how bad this is clipping. I know. It's just the exaggerations to show what it can do, you know? So it can do a lot there for you for the drums. You know, you can also use it here for your bass. So I use it on my bass. I'm gonna turn Kickstart 2 off because I turn Kickstart 2 on because this 808 has a transient. So you'll hear it has like an initial click or transient on it. Right, so it has a transient on there, so I kind of wanted to get rid of that so I can put my own kick in there. But we're gonna play it for the sake of understanding what Vatra is doing to different sounds. So with this, as you listen to it initially, I'll turn it on, you're gonna hear the difference immediately. Right, so you hear how it's adding a whole lot. It's adding more punch to that initial transient. It's adding more saturation. Since I boosted the input right here, now it's adding distortion too as well. And a little bit of thickness, you know, and the compression to kind of tie everything together on that 808 there. So you'll notice how tweaking the input and the output knobs will actually give me that distorted sound that I want, because this is just what the 808 is going to sound like if I turn this input down a little bit. So you guys can hear right here, this is what it sounds like without Vatra on there. So this plugin's allowing me to add, like, how can I put it? It's allowing me to do a lot. I can make it a dirty signal, or I can increase my tone, and I can add more oomph, you know what I'm saying? I can add more punch to the transients. I can do all that and it can sound clean, or I can start messing with this input to output ratio and I can start getting it to sound dirty. So that's just the feature I like about this too, is because it's not just like you're only going to use it for drums. You can use it on everything. I have it on some other sounds here, so let's see how this sounds real quick. All right, and so the same thing with like this guitar right here. Before I put Vatra on there, this is what the guitar sounds like in the beat. Now on. So with this, the Vatra is just really allowing the guitar to sit out a little bit more in the beat. I mean, this is what the guitar sounds like before I put Vatra on there and then after. So you'll kind of notice that it's adding, again, more body. It's adding more, it's just shaping the sound so that it's coming through a little more clear in your mix without changing the sound, if that makes sense. So what are my final thoughts on Vatra? I think it's pretty dope. I think it's a good transient shaper if you need one. You know what I'm saying? I'd recommend checking this one out. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. That's why I tried to get through that intro fast.
Some, hit the key.